welcome to Chrysalis Cats. My name is Tanya, and like a caterpillar to a butterfly, I help people metamorphosize their diets and lifestyles to be plant-based, one painless period at a time. And you guessed it, painless periods come with a plant-based diet. But that's not all there is to it. And I'm here today to tell you that yes, ladies, it is possible to have a painless period. And believe me when I say I didn't used to believe that was possible. So by the end of this video, you're gonna get my top 5 ways to make sure that you can have a painless period. And I am so excited to share this news with you because I know how it is to be sitting there in agony, in a ball, on the floor, on the couch, with a heating pad, with a big old glass of water, like, why is this happening to me? I'm a nice person, like really, it just sucks, right? But not only today are we talking about how to eliminate the pain, but we're also talking about how to eliminate the emotional upset that might come with a cycle. And that's totally normal for women, and it's totally normal to have all these challenges of a period. So I just want to say that, and we'll get right into it. The first way that you're going to avoid having pain on a period, and this is the most difficult one, so stay with me, don't click off because of this when I say this. No oil. You're going to need to eliminate oil for the entirety of your period. And even if you can, a day or two prior, when you know that it's coming, just try to avoid it from that moment where you're like, oh yeah, it's about to come on. Just avoid oil. And throughout the entirety of your period, you have to avoid oil if you want to avoid cramping, if you want to avoid excessive bloating. The other thing you have to avoid is caffeine, and the final kind of category to avoid is obviously processed foods. Most processed foods do have oil in them, so it kind of is like part of the same suggestion. The second thing that I recommend you use, and this is a game changer, if you don't already use this, please use this: raspberry leaf tea. Raspberry leaf tea, make sure you're getting an organic, high quality one. I haven't really seen any not organic raspberry leaf tea, but just be sure you're getting organic. I really like the brand Traditional Medicinals because they're top quality. Or you can just grow raspberries in your garden and literally take off leaves off your raspberry leaves, or off your raspberry plants, and just go ahead and wash them and dry them, and then use those as tea throughout the year, throughout whenever. I've done that. It's totally legit. Whatever floats your boat. But you're gonna drink raspberry leaf tea like it is going out of style. And I say that because it's been used by the natives for a long, long time, Native Americans that is, to eliminate the symptoms that come along with the period. Raspberry leaf tea every day of your period. I'm talking, those quart-sized mason jars, the bigger ones. Take 3 of those throughout your whole day and you're gonna be great. Just sip on it whenever, like it's your water for the day. Just really drink a lot of raspberry leaf tea. Obviously stay hydrated too. The third thing I recommend is black cohosh. Again, the indigenous women of America have used this for a long time because they knew that it works. And again, we see the theme here, plant medicine, right? But I digress. Let's stick to the topic. So black cohosh is not only good for women who are going through a menstrual cycle in reducing cramps and reducing all those negative hormonal things that can come up, but it's also really helpful for women who are in menopause. So this is again another powerful plant for women of all ages who are going through all sorts of different stuff with their cycle. Really, those 2 herbs that I just mentioned are really just the 1-2 powerhouse punch to your body. And by powerhouse punch, I mean more of a warm, cozy internal blanket. That was a really poor metaphor. So the fourth thing that I recommend you do to have a painless period, and you've probably heard this before, is eat your greens. You really do have to eat your greens. I'm talking lettuce greens. If you want romaine, I recommend a spring mix where you have some darker leaves going on in there. You can also do kale, you can do collards, literally anything that's green. Sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, all sorts of things like that. Excellent. Eat your greens. Your greens are going to, again, reduce the inflammation, reduce the cramps, therefore reduce the bloating, therefore, and they're going to make sure that you can pass anything from your body that needs to pass. And if you think about it, on your period, you're losing what you need to lose out of your body, right? It's not a total and complete thing, but in a way it kind of is. And I'm not going to go into depth on that because that's not what this video is about. The fifth and final recommendation I have for you is to eat your maca powder or drink your maca powder, as it may be. If you haven't seen my recent video I did on maca powder, I did a little like VR video response to Earth Mama Medicine because she's amazing and talks about a lot of women's issues like this. But it's a great tool. Maca powder is amazing for making sure that not only you have the energy you need while you're on your cycle without the caffeine overdose, right? But also making sure that your hormones are again balanced. And if you're sensing a theme here, these suggestions I'm giving to you, they help balance hormones, they help reduce inflammation, which reduces bloating, which reduces cramping, right? These are all things that are going to help get your body in a nice sync. And if you do all of this, I promise you, you're gonna have a painless period. And I'm very excited to hear any feedback anybody wants to give me, because I really was just so enthused when I discovered how to have a painless period that I knew I had to come on here and share it with you all. So another thing to point out, while you're substituting that caffeine, I wanted to offer you some suggestions, because I know that a lot of times women, we're busy, right? We're all busy in this society, whether you're at home or you're out at work or whatever. You need something to elevate you, right? So I did mention maca powder, but if you want to have some caffeine that I feel is going to be okay for you, it just depends on your body though. Really listen to your body. It's totally unique to each and every one of our bodies. But for me, what I could say works that I suggest you consider is not only a macchiato type thing with the maca powder. I made a video on that. Just go back and check it out. It's like a week old. But green tea. You can also do green tea or mate, yerba mate, okay? Those are two other really good suggestions for how to just like make sure you're feeling good, like energetically, while you're maybe having to do stuff, because you can't just up and quit everything to go have a period, right? Which if you can, rock on. But if you can't, then you need a little boost. I just wanted to provide you some suggestions, okay? So with that said, my friend, if this video was helpful to you, please go ahead and hit that like button. It helps support this channel. I really do appreciate all forms of support. And be sure that you are subscribed so that you can get awesome content like this on a regular basis to inspire you on your plant-based journey. So with that said, my friend, whether you're just starting off as a tiny little caterpillar, like where are the leaves at? Or you're a full-fledged butterfly sipping the nectar of a plant-based diet, you, my friend, are awesome. Have a blessed day.